Hey, everybody, this is Patrice Hawthorne, and you are listening to Rock On Radio.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Rock On Radio. It is Sunday night. We are still in Hightstown, New Jersey. This is COARadio.com, and you're also hearing my voice right now on SocietyBytesRadio.com, BYTES. I am Danny Coleman. That over there is Engineer Art. Oh, there's the camera. I'm looking up. And Engineer
I'm
Art.
not on there.
There you go. So we are on YouTube.
You are. We're always on you.
Nice.
And
Sometimes.
they can see that nice Rock On Radio banner.
Banner back there.
Yep.
That's right. See, we got ourselves shameless self promotion, Art.
That's a good thing.
I know. Well, Rock On Radio. We got a new sponsor tonight, Art.
We do.
We have a new sponsor tonight. Remember our good friend Michelle, the flute.
Oh yeah.
The flautist.
Yeah, yep.
Well, Michelle, is our new sponsor, bridalmusic.org.
Nice.
That's right. Rock On Radio is now sponsored by bridalmusic.org. Strings and flute wedding ceremony music at the Jersey Shore in Central Jersey. So reach out to Michelle.
They're really awesome.
Mm-hmm. She's very talented at what she does. Yeah.
I think it's a nice touch, a nice formal touch for a wedding.
Just to warn you, Carol, you just took me back to a place I don't want to go, Carol.
I'm sorry.
I got the shakes when she started singing the
I know you got pale and stuff.
I know. Did you see that? My beard fell out. It was
Sweat.
it was terrible.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. You didn't know. Because although we know each other, we really don't know each other. But that's all going to change after tonight, Carol.
I have a feeling it is.
It is. Rock On Radio, yes, was brought to you by bridalmusic.org. Strings and flute wedding ceremony music at the Jersey Shore in Central Jersey. And do you know how she became a sponsor, Art?
No, but tell me.
She has sent a check to the City of Angels.
Did she?
Yeah,
Oh, she
she
sent the
has.
check. That's why I did.
That's right. So if you, and I'm talking to you, want to sponsor this program, all you have to do is make a donation to the City of Angels. Go to cityofangelsnj.org because the City of Angels is what, Art?
We help guide people with addiction into treatment, or we support their families. We educate them. We educate the community. We do a lot of different things.
Yes, and they are an all-volunteer organization.
We are.
So no one draws a paycheck, which means that your donations keep this program running, helping people with addictions and their families and so on and so forth. So if you want to do that, I'll make you a sponsor of this program for 30 days.
And we have our
because-
10-year gala coming up as well.
Do you? When's that?
November 8th.
Oh,
November 8th. That's up on if you go to cityofangelsnj.org. You'll also see all the information there about the gala. There's a whole page about the gala.
where is it this year?
Mercer Oaks Golf Course.
Oh, it's close.
It's Friday night. Yeah.
I could stumble home from there.
Yes, we can.
Maybe. And I have. Ain't that, nothing like going to an addiction gala and getting drunk.
There is a cash bar.
Whoa, welcome to Rock On Radio, Carol Lester!
Thank you.
All right. Rock On Radio is also sponsored by actress Eileen Sullivan, CPA Jody Weber, O'Connor's American Bar and Grill of East Hampton, Mount Holly, New Jersey, the official caterers of the quickly approaching Rock On Radio Christmas Spectacular,
Yeah, that is.
which is scheduled for December 22nd.
It's hard to believe that that's around the corner.
I know, right? I got to start shopping. For who? I don't know, but I got to start shopping.
Wait, it ain't even Halloween yet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but the Christmas decorations have been in stores since before Labor Day. Isn't that sickening
Yeah,
or what?
I know exactly where the Christmas decorations are for the radio station. They're right across the hall,
Where we
on
leave
top
them.
of the pile.
That's where we leave them when we're done with the Christmas show. Also, who else is our sponsor? Ooh, D.L. Byron. Zen Archer Hot Sauce. Johnny's Autoglass, Mr. John Alberici.
The candle company still.
The Candle Company of New York. CBD Live Natural. So you can go to either one of them websites, Candle Company of New York, NY.com, or CBDLiveNatural.com, and check out their fine line of products. The candles are really cool. They are really cool. And High Tech Electronics.
That's right.
That's right. The makers of, or the purveyors of the safety and sound earbuds, which are part of the grand prize for the
Okay.
Rock on Radio Happy Hour.
Oh, I saw that.
And
The goodie bag.
yes, at the end, there's a Rock on Radio.
People are always shocked at the amount of things
That'll
are in
come out of that
goodie
bag, right?
And they're like, oh my God.
Yeah, and there's always a gift card of some sort
It's
in
like
there.
a bonus for going to the bar.
Right. You get paid to go drinking. And
Then you can call me the next day. You can
I have a new sponsor for the Rock on Radio Happy Hours as well.
Who do you have?
No Knot Necklace Carrier. It's a thing for women's jewelry, actually, or men's, where you can put your necklaces in and they will not get tangled.
That's a great
Oh, that's
idea.
pretty good.
See, for when you travel.
Right.
And you can win one of those if you come to the Rock on Radio Happy Hour, which is scheduled for this coming Thursday, October 3rd,
7 and 9.
7 to 9 p.m. at the Nottingham Tavern, located at 9 Mercer Street in Hamilton Square. And there you go. Tonight, we're expecting calls from, who are we expecting calls from? Oh, Viper Club.
Viper Club.
We're expecting a call from them. We'll play.
You got Dave at 7:30.
We'll play one of their tunes, Beatrix, which is a new single that was just released a couple of weeks ago. We're also expecting our 7:30 call from Dave the Rave with his rock and roll review shows in and around the New York City area. Dave's up there, and I think he said he's in Yonkers. Yonkers. Johnny from Canarsie.
Over here.
Yeah. Who else? Oh, the Deuce Music Minute.
At 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock. Sade Aman is the featured artist this week. She used to sing for backups for Diana Ross, P. Diddy, and a few others. She will be the featured Deuce Music artist. She will be the future star. See, I'm making predictions now.
He's pointing the right field.
Yeah, right. I'm choking myself. All right. But tonight, if you want to reach out to us, you can do so in multiple ways. You can go to dcror.com, which is our website, and send me a email message. You can follow along on Facebook, facebook.com/Danny Coleman's Rock on Radio 2, the number 2. You can go to Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat, all at Rock on Radio. Or you can call us, which is the preferred method, so we can talk to you live, 609-241-7103. And we'll give, you brought some CDs along to give away.
I did.
So we'll give you some Carol Lester CDs, or one per caller, please. We'll throw in a Jack Furlong CD because we can.
We still have some of them.
That's right. We'll throw in Rock on Radio tchotchkes like Car Magnet, Pen, and the infamous Rock on Radio Lube. So tune in and yes, Carol, the Rock on Radio.
That one always brings
Did
an
you
eyebrow
see that
up.
face? Yes. The Rock on Radio Lube is the dial hand lotion.
Oh, that doesn't happen at 8:30, does it?
No.
Okay.
Why is that? Do
It's
you
the
feel?
bewitching hour.
Do you feel the need to get lubed up at 8:30?
No,
or
I
what?
wasn't really sure, how the show leads to its ultimate. Anyway,
To its ultimate demise.
yeah, its ultimate climax. I was gonna say,
Whoa!
to the ending of the show. And
That
show,
goes
but
right in with the
anyway.
dial hand lotion. All right, this is Rock on Radio. I'm Danny Coleman. You need to call us at 609. I need to stop doing that. 241-7103 if you want to talk to myself, Art, or Carol Lester. Producer Claire is in, once again, points unknown. Apparently, she has kidnapped her own children and made them
back
go
to
with her. She
Afghanistan.
took them back to Afghanistan. But we have Carol Lester with us live and in studio tonight. Hello, Carol.
Hey, Danny.
So, what are your intentions with your appearance here this evening?
Well, I wanted to.
What are your intentions with my daughter?
My intentions. Well, it has
No.
nothing to do
What-
with your lube.
Whoa! Woohoo!
Uh-oh. I just want to share some music. I have 2 singles that just got released, and I have an album coming out in about a month. And of course, none of those things are here. And I grabbed the wrong pile
I was
of
gonna say
things.
you get multiple CDs there.
I know.
We give the whole Carol Lester box set away.
Yeah. And I also have a music publishing and industry show that I host in Jersey City once a month. So I wanted to talk about that as well. And news from music publishing world, people like me trying to seek money from song placements in TV, film, and ads.
Okay. I didn't
It's a
realize
cold, stark world out there.
Oh, I know that. I know that. So is that where you're from? Jersey City?
Originally Philadelphia,
Okay.
but Jersey City for most of my adult life.
Oh, wow. What section of Philly?
Cheltenham Township.
Oh, my. Okay.
Yeah.
Cheltenham.
My dad was a teacher there and a vice principal. And
Isn't that where that creek always floods, the Perkiomen Creek? Isn't that in
That's
Cheltenham? Yeah, that
That's
creek always floods.
Every time it rains.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so what took you to Jersey City?
well, I know, Jersey City. It actually has grown up a lot. Jersey City is a pretty nice town now. It was not when we moved into it many years ago. But my husband had finished his graduate work and he wanted to become a professor, so he got an offer at BMCC, Borough Manhattan Community College.
Okay.
And we found this little alcove a few blocks away from the river where a bunch of factories had been, the Colgate factory and like at least 4 or 5 other major factories, and they had all just been torn down. So it kind of looked like a war zone. And there were a couple little, tenements and row homes there. A lot of them boarded up, and we proudly marched into one of them. And we had it was one of the first condo developments there, just a tiny little tenement house that they turned into.
Yeah, they converted them
Condominium.
over.
They
right?
converted it. And we were kind of
yeah,
on
but-
the lonely outstretches for a little while, but now it's
Had a nice view of the city, though.
we did. We had a view of the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, so you're down by Port Liberté? Is that where you were?
Close down by the post office.
Okay.
So, but now there's, I don't know, 80-story high rises all over the place. No
Yeah.
parking. It's the town has really, really grown, and there's a huge and vibrant art scene. Lots of songwriters who I know, and painters and sculptors and poets and novelists and filmmakers, and there's a lot of really, really creative people.
Yeah, it has turned into kind of an artsy town. I have a friend of a friend that is a dentist in Port Liberté. And then I did a gig up there a couple of years ago because do you know the Jive Stewards at all? Matt Scuteri, Brian Scuteri?
Yeah.
Them guys live in Jersey City.
Yeah.
And I did a gig up there at the Fox and Crow.
It's a nice place.
So small, but yeah, it was funny. I was sitting, of course, I was playing a full drum kit, so I was behind, right up against the wall in the back room. The keyboard player, Brian Scuteri, was over here, and I was able to reach across his keyboard and get my beer off the bar. That's how close it was. I mean, that's how small. I'm not even exaggerating. That's how small it was. And then just up there hanging out with them guys a little bit, and they were telling me it's a totally different. It's an artsy community.
It is. Fox and Crow has great shows all the time. Corkscrew, Nick Schiavata, do you know him? He runs a bunch of open
I know
mics
that
in the
name.
area
Yeah.
there, and also at FM. And I used to host my event at FM. It's a lovely stage.
Okay.
And then Headroom, which is where I'm hosting now. I kind of go back and forth between a lot of different venues. A lot of places in Jersey City are really nice. Some of them have pianos, and some of them have you can reach across and get your beer
Yeah.
over the drum kit.
Over the drum kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. Over my own drum kit and the keyboard player. I was still able to reach my beer.
Somewhere over your drum kit.
Yeah. See? Gotta be happy about that. If you're just tuning in, this is Rock On Radio. Our guest tonight is Carol Lester. I'm Danny Coleman. Engineer Art is here. And if you want to talk to us, you can do so by calling 609-241-7103. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we do some music, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about what it is you do up there.
Okay.
And then we'll talk more about your music
Okay.
and anything else you want to talk about, because we're flexible that way here.
All right.
You
I can
think so?
reveal all my secrets.
Whoa. Here on Rock On Radio, she's going to review secrets. All right. So what kind of music would you like to do? You want to go live? You want Art to play something? What would you like?
Let's do a song that is coming out on the new CD. It's called My Daddy's Coat. And
First of all, what's the name of the new disc?
it's going to be called No One Knows.
Okay.
But hopefully people will know that it's by me, right?
No one knows what? The name.
No one knows the name of the CD. What a terrible name. reminds me of a joke. They were wondering why the Nova car didn't sell in South America, because in South America, Nova means it won't go.
There you go.
And they launched it and they didn't
Realize that?
Yeah, they didn't realize that.
Faux pas by General Motors. All right, so you have a new disc coming out.
I have a new disc coming out with a lot of really lovely, some introspective, some poetic songs. Some of them I'm playing piano on, which I don't normally do. And of course, there's a couple angry rock and roll songs in there because I get angry too.
Oh,
And
angry.
but this one called My Daddy's Coat, I'm really excited about it because pre-release, it actually got accepted into a music supervisor's catalog. So it's kind of in the hopper, being pitched for TV and film.
Okay. Licensing.
Yeah,
Good.
for licensing,
Excellent.
which I'm excited about.
Okay.
And that's at LHM Media, Lynette Harrigan Media in
Okay.
New York.
Oh, nice. Do you want to talk about the tune a little bit? My Daddy's Coat. Was it? Is this based off real circumstances, or is it
Yeah.
based off a mixture of real and
Well,
creative licensing?
it's a loving memory song to my dad.
Okay.
And kind of like the whole family. So it was a couple years in the making because he was ill for a little while, and I was doing a lot of driving back and forth on the Jersey Turnpike at dusk. So one of the lines is the green highway signs gently crest and roll by the bristle-top trees of an etch-a-sketch sky. So just kind of the imagery of, getting there and then coming back to my little family. I had a young child at the time, and just lots of good memories. And I wrote it for myself, and I never really sang it out much. And I sang it at my mother and father's funerals. But I swear it'll make you feel good. I didn't mean to bring everybody down, but it's,
That's, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you for opening up about it. That's great. So let's hear it, Art. What do you think? All right. This is Carol Lester and her song called
My Daddy's Coat.
here on Rock On Radio.
I put on my daddy's coat and I took a walk down Lab Rock Road. The children playing in piles of leaves were like we used to be. We tumble outside after supper time. Barb and Rich, Buttercup and I. Mom threw breadcrumbs on the ground. Dad would whistle birds down. Our voices would soar in a silver line dark through the pinks and the blues, melting day into dark. The shades pull down, the days spin round, and where we land seems so far. We're all grown and scattered wide. Load the kids to drive hundreds of miles. Take turns asleep the whole way back. The weekend fades to black. I put on my daddy's coat to hug me warm this last ride home. Pain fade till only sweetness remains. The green highway signs gently crest and roll by. Bristle-top trees on an etch-a-sketch sky. The shades pull down, the night spins round, and where we land seems so far. Seems so far. The shades pull down, the world spins round, and where we land is where we began.
Carol Lester here on Rock On Radio with her song called
My Daddy's Coat.
My Daddy's Coat. There you go.
It's also called Seems So Far.
Which one is it?
Well, I copywrote it as My Daddy's Coat,
Okay.
and I think that title gets a lot more attention, and it certainly was successful in getting somebody's attention
Right.
at LHM. But I only actually used the phrase "my daddy's coat" twice, so it's not the hook phrase, which is what you're supposed to, use as your title in a song.
That always amused me.
Yeah.
People would think that there's something, a song is called whatever the quote unquote hook phrase is, but it's yours. It's your music. It's your creativity. If you wanted to call that, that song, and to quote our friend BC, his famous line, 3 pieces of cheese. It's the name of that band, 3 pieces of cheese. No, if you wanted to call it 3 pieces of cheese, so what? Doesn't mean it's your song. It's your creativity. It's your, I don't know. Because it just gets me thinking about record companies and licensing agencies and things of that nature. But so how long have you been trying to get your stuff licensed?
Well, I started out with some beginner's luck about 18 years ago. I had a song that was a trailer. That's the promos before a movie.
Mm-hmm.
A movie, it was on USA TV, and it was called Secret Cutting, and really bad subject matter. Kids who cut themselves. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and a friend of mine who was a producer at the station, she had heard a lot of my material, and she called me up one day and she said, "Can you knock off Alanis Morissette? I'm in a bind. I promised them an Alanis Morissette song." And I said, "I'm not going to knock off anybody. Show me the scene and I'll write you something." She goes, "I don't know. We don't have that kind of time." So she sent me the scene. I wrote about 20 alternate rhyming couplets. And I had been working on a guitar part on a 12-string in a guitar store around the corner. I was going in like once a week and practicing on the 12-string, and then I'd say thank you, and I'd leave. And I came in and I practiced the song, and I said, "Hey, I have an opportunity to go record this song. Can I borrow the guitar?" And they said, "That's not how it works. You have to buy the guitar." So
Can I borrow it?
so my first job
I
paid.
want to record an album. Can I borrow your equipment?
So
Oh, in that room over there.
right, my first album, that first song, uh, it actually covered the cost of that guitar.
Oh, nice.
So if she
So-
would have went to Monmouth Music, that might have.
I could have,
See?
maybe. Now they rent you instruments in different places.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I should send you an MP3 of that song. You can hear that one.
There you go.
But
You could do that.
okay.
Dave the Rave is set to call in about five minutes. So we're doing his rock and roll review. If you have that on file and you want to send it, please do so. We'll send it right over. We'll play it.
Okay. Would a link work too?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that one, and then I did a theme song for the Red Cross. They had a regional campaign called "Together We Can Save a Life," and I did a 15 and 30 and 60-second donut spot. So that's where you write something and you leave enough room at, they say, 15 seconds, like 10 seconds in, leave 5 seconds so we can say the Red Cross. And then, so that's called a donut spot. And then various other, little jobs, an Amazon book called Sky Pirates. And so then I got busy in raising our daughter, and I had helped found a charter school. And then I got
really?
elected to the local board of ed, and then a lot of things were happening. And then when my daughter graduated high school and went into college, her first 2 or 3 years, I just turned back to music. And I had a lot of material I had written but hadn't recorded yet. And then I went back and I tried to get back in touch with some of the people who I had known. Oh, that's right. There's another piece to the story. So when she was little and I had just had those songs placed in film and TV, I also had met up with women from a group called Mama Palooza, Moms Who Rock.
Whoa.
And that was Joy Rose and Pili Bianchi. And Joy had a band called Housewives on Prozac. And and she.
I love the name.
Me too.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's a picture. Here's a picture of her with a spatula, right? And her punk rock, yeah. So Joy got this contract with Parent Magazine to tour around the country, a huge chunk of money. And she said to them, I can't tour. I have a baby at home. That's why you're interviewing me. And they said, well, what do you want to do with the money? And she said, let's open up mom rock stages around the country. And they said, oh, do you know other moms who rock? And she said, I bet I'll know them in about a month. So this was before, viral internet stuff. There were posters. I ended up in Arlene's Grocery on that stage. And I had just had this placement, and she said, oh, I love your song. And you know about the industry. You're going to be in charge of Mama Publoza, our publishing company. And I said,
Publoza.
right. And I said, oh my gosh. All
I was
right.
thinking I need beer. Mama Pub.
Yeah. So I basically, Pili Bianchi, Joy Rose, and I, we asked for music from these 80 moms who rock around the country. And we got fantastic songs. And I edited them down into 15, 30, and 60-second snippets. I researched TV shows. At the time, there was a show called Army Wives and a show called The L Word and a couple other very female-oriented shows that the content and the emotion of these songs seem to fit mommy kind of songs. And found out how to find music supervisors and how to research who they are, and learned a lot of lessons about when you communicate with somebody like that, they'd rather hear about themselves first as opposed to you. So really understand what they're working on at the time,
Oh, there you go.
and be up to date on what kind of projects the people you're contacting are involved in. And if you don't have anything that fits, don't send them anything.
There you go.
Right.
No.
So we got a couple.
Well, we got a call.
Oh.
We got to take right now.
Okay.
There, I believe on the phone with us right now from New York City. We have Dave the Rave and his rock and roll review. What's happening, Dave?
Hey, good evening, Danny. Good evening, everybody there at the studio. How is everybody tonight?
We are fantastic. Say hello to our guest, Carol Lester, this evening.
Hey,
Good evening, Carol. It's a pleasure to talk to you. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I can't complain. I mean, you know, my Dolphins lost again, but
I know.
the theme for the entire season.
My Packers lost too.
They lost to the Eagles the other night. They're killing me, Dave. Our Dolphins, man, they're killing me.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You know, this is the mentality for this year is we're supposed to be tanking for some superstar college kid, so whatever.
Really?
It's not real life, Danny. It doesn't pay my bills. That's why I don't get too upset.
This is true. So, Dave, we were off last week, as you know.
Yes.
Tell us what you have. You've had 2 weeks now to come up with some butt-kicking rock and roll review.
You know,
What do you have for us from New York City?
let me tell you something, Danny, and to your listeners. I did an extensive search for this week. And when I say this week, I mean tonight through Saturday night, because, of course, next Sunday, you know, we'll start the new week. And really, the only thing in the metro New York City area, that includes Manhattan and all, you know, the other boroughs, the only thing I could really find worthy to share with your listeners for this week is the 9th annual Tedeschi Trucks Band residency at the Beacon Theater in Manhattan. That is going on this week, tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. That's the 1st, the 2nd, the 4th, and the 5th. And again, that's their residency at the Beacon Theater.
Fantastic. Have you ever seen Tedeschi Trucks?
I've seen them many times. My wife and I are big fans of the band. I was drawn to them, obviously, being the guitar player by Derek Trucks. He was related to Butch Trucks from the Allman Brothers. He was actually the lead guitar player in the Allman Brothers for, I'd say, at least the last 10 years that they were a touring band. But he hooked up with Susan Tedeschi probably around 2009. And they went out on tour, her band and his band. And then in 2010, they combined the two bands. By the way, they also got married and had a few kids along the way, but that's another story. And now what we have is we have a 12-piece ensemble of just kick butt rock, blues, soul. You know, this is a great band. Celebrating 10 years as a band. And again, their 9th year holding a residency at the Beacon Theater in Manhattan. And we have 4 shows this week for you.
Fantastic. Now, do you have any information on that ticket cost or ticket prices or
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Absolutely. This is very important. Although I don't know the reason for this, it's not that important, I guess. But here we go. Tuesday and Wednesday, that would be October 1st and October 2nd. The show started at 7:30. Tickets are still available, but they're ranging anywhere. And again, you have to check Ticketmaster at StubHub and, you know, see who's stealing more than the other. I've seen prices ranging anywhere from $50 to over $180, depending on where the seats are in the house. This is a hot ticket item. And here's another reason why. Every single night, because we are in Manhattan, you never know who they're going to say, hey, and right now, joining us this evening is whoever. And there's been some magical nights with some really amazing performers that, you know, maybe they're in town and they get asked to come by and hop up on stage. So that's an exciting thing that could happen. At any of those shows, you never know. And the other thing is you have to think who's in town right now. Well, who's in town right now, Danny? You know, you got Billy Joel, but I doubt that they would ask him to come, you know, and there really isn't anybody else.
Why would they ask him? Why would they ask Billy Joel? Who wants him?
Yeah. You know, it's funny, but I don't want to get off of Tedeschi Trucks for too long, but give me 10 seconds to say this. Billy Joel is so sick and tired of the same 3 songs that Q104 plays of his that even he would like to call into the listener line and request a different Billy Joel song.
He should. He should.
Yeah, so that's,
I would.
That's just my little pet peeve. But let's get back to Tedeschi Trucks. There are also tickets available for Friday, October 4th, and Saturday, October 5th. But these 2 shows are different from Tuesday and Wednesday. These shows start at 8 p.m.
Oh, okay.
And
They're a little later.
again, tickets are available, like I said, between $50 and whatever you're willing to pay, because I think what happens is you've got some rich people that buy up a lot of tickets in the first 20 rows. And it's a great idea 6 months ago, but maybe this week they're busy. And if they throw them up on StubHub, you could walk away with great tickets, you know?
That's true. All right, Dave. Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate you, as always, being part of Rock On Radio and giving us your Dave the Rave rock and roll review. And again, that's Tedeschi Trucks at the Beacon Theater. And the dates are?
This week, you've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. The 1st, 2nd, 4th, and 5th. First 2 shows are 7:30. Friday and Saturday are 8 o'clock. Tickets are still available, and there are affordable tickets to be had. One last thing, Danny, you awesome host of Rock On Radio. Can we all please keep Ginger Baker in our hearts over the next couple of days? I think he's not going to be around much longer.
And there you have it. This is true.
Okay.
I heard he was very ill.
Yeah, he's having some troubles. Look, he led a crazy life, and he smoked the entire time, so he's dealing with some breathing issues. But I just wanted to put his name out so that people could keep him in their thoughts and their prayers, because he's probably going to transition in the next couple of days, and I hope it's painless and easy for him.
Yeah, right. Okay, great.
Thank you for
Dave,
that, Danny.
As a fellow drummer, I get it. I know it. He will be sadly missed, even though I was not a big fan of Ginger Baker's opinions on people like John Bonham and things of that nature. He was not always the kindest person in his assessment of others, but that's how it happens. Again, everybody's entitled to their opinion. You don't have to like it, but it's their opinion. This is the United States.
It's true.
That's right. All right, Dave the Rave. We'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Keep rocking.
You got it, buddy. Rock on, my friend.
Take care.
There you go. Dave the Rave here on Rock On Radio. Recommend Tedeschi Trucks at the Beacon Theater Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Have you ever seen Tedeschi Trucks?
No.
They're very good. They're very good. I was at a media-only event up in Manhattan at the old CBGB's.
Oh.
And there was only like 100 of us there, so it was really cool. Yeah, it was like a private house concert.
That's
almost.
great.
But yeah, it was kind of neat. All right, if you're just tuning in, this is Rock On Radio. I am Danny Coleman. That over there is Art Ackerman. That is Carol Lester.
Hi.
And we are going. Did you get that tune that she was talking about?
I did.
All right. What was? Go ahead.
Well, I decided to send a different one. This one.
I see what goes on. Okay.
This one's called "Piece of You," and it's a rock and roll song, and it's I worked for a woman for a little while who she was trying to make it in the music business, and she was doing a lot of making it. Anyway, she was getting a lot of money donations. She looked a little bit like Michelle Pfeiffer, and most of my job was telling men who had given her money to be producers on her CD that she was out of the country. And then one of the first verse of the song was one of these guys almost verbatim telling me what he felt like, after one of the phone calls. So I used what he had said to me as like the first verse, and then the rest of the song.
You are like Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
You got to watch what you say to Alanis Morissette, because she'll turn it into a song about you.
Yeah, maybe that's what they heard. Maybe that's
Right.
what they heard. So
Oh,
yeah, because
okay.
the first one you heard, My Daddy's Coat, that's the sweet and thoughtful and loving person. You'll hear a slightly different person in this song. Mood swings are really great for songwriting. They're
Oh
not
boy, not so much for your male counterparts.
No, not so much for my husband. They're not.
All right, well, this is Carol Lester and her song called
Piece of You.
Piece of You.
You had better find yourself someone else to abuse. I won't stand in line this time to be used by you. You don't have to stalk your prey, they fall to your feet willingly and offer up forbidden virtue, spit them out like a pit. Everybody wants a piece of you, but I don't. Your ends may justify your means, but I won't. I see you have found yourself someone else to break your fall. What about that man who gave you 50 grand and won't return his calls? True love did not twice last year, both times, and they were bearing power tools. When they finished fixing up your house, you kicked them out the door. You don't have to stalk your prey, fall to your feet willingly and offer up forbidden virtue, spit them out like a pit. Everybody wants a piece of you, but I don't. Your hands may justify your means, but I won't. Everybody wants a piece of you, but I don't. Your hands may justify your means, but I won't. I
Carol Lester. Like the cold ending.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Called
Nice.
Piece of You. And I just the instrumentation and the production on that song. So I played guitar, but every other instrument, and the producer was a gentleman named Peter Moffat, who
Why do I know that name?
Peter was really big in the jazz world for a while and the rock world. I mean, he just
Well, it had a jazzy feel to it.
yeah, you could hear the piano, like
Yeah.
really, that was him on the piano. That's not me on the piano. And
I didn't even know you played piano. I thought you played
I
guitar.
play some piano. Yeah. So a
Okay.
couple of the songs on the new CD, like Little Blue Sand Fairy and Thankful, those are me on piano. But something like this where the piano actually, when I sing a sarcastic lyric, all of a sudden the piano's sarcastic, like that's a funny thing to be able to do. So one of the lyrics is true love knocked twice last year. Both times they were bearing power tools. When they finished fixing up your house, you kicked them out the door. So
Oh, we got another phone call.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to Rock on Radio. Who's this?
Hello, it's Peter Moffat.
Oh, speaking of which, Peter Moffat. How are you, Peter?
Well, I've been worse, actually.
I was just raving about you. We just played Piece of You, Justify, on the radio, and I was talking about you and all the instruments you played on that, and your great production on almost all the songs on this new upcoming CD.
Justify is a heavy word.
That's why we changed it to Piece of You. Yeah.
It immediately erects a slide rule or something of some kind of metric. But you know what? We're done with metrics now, aren't we?
Yeah, the whole world's switching over to the metric system, Peter.
No, metrics meaning measurable, subtractable, comparable.
See?
You know, and,
That too.
You know, statistics blow. Pardon my French.
So, Peter, we're going to be playing live this coming Saturday in Jersey City at Lincoln Park. It's called the West Side Festival in Jersey City.
Okay.
And we're on at 1 o'clock.
True that.
Yeah. We're on. Peter's going to be playing keyboard. Justin Velasquez is on bass. And a friend who I met down the shore area, Charlie Hentgartner, is coming up and doing drums for us.
Very cool.
Awesome drummer, like a rock. You can set your watch. He's really, really good.
He uses he doesn't use metrics. He's like a
He
metronome.
uses playing drums, which would be good for everybody to do. It's good for you. It's good.
Right.
He is very solid.
Yeah. And he's filling in for our usual percussionist, who is Vivian Warfield, who actually usual is not a good word to describe her. She's a world percussionist. She does Brazilian, Afro-Cuban, every kind of beat you could ever imagine, and all those really fun instruments, the shakere, a go-go, all the ones that I can't remember the names of. I describe them, and then she tells me the name, and then there's a quiz at the end of the show.
Yeah, she knows all the names of all the rhythms and where they're from, and I'm in awe of her. And watching her perform is really good for your right brain facility.
Yeah.
Well, Peter, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit right now because I do that from
Well,
time to time.
I live there, so go ahead.
There you go. What's it like working with Carol?
Oh my goodness, it's really great because she has an elemental respect for people who know about music, but at the same time, she manages not to abandon her impulses, which are also, because of the plug for the right brain, they are right brain inspired. She's a songwriter, and I happen to think his songs are really great because not only do you get information in words and poetry, you get music. That's a cool, wide bandwidth deal, I think, in pop culture, you know.
There you go.
Thank you,
See?
Peter. Well, you know,
You're welcome.
it's
I say it to your face too, like I just did.
I know.
Are you
And-
watching her on YouTube or are you listening on the radio?
Well, YouTube. You know, I was actually watching some weird, kind of violent Japanese ganja about Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion. Who knows what that's all about? Although it's great, it's future, speculative stuff for young people, and of course, I always need a refresher on young people.
Well, there you go.
Well, thank you, Peter.
Anytime.
All
will
right.
see
I
you.
see the message gladly. I didn't know I was going to be on a group call, as it were.
I'll see you for rehearsal on Thursday. And then for the
Thursday is
show.
good. Now,
No. We'll talk
I'll
about
go
details
into
later.
that later.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Peter,
Everything
thank
is
you for
wonderful.
listening and thanks for calling in. Rock on.
A pleasure to hear all of you, and I'll be looking for you at the performance. Okay.
Okay.
Jersey City. All right. Rock on Radio, 609-241-7103. If you want to call us like Peter did, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. So I work with Peter, and most of the songs on the new CD are produced by him, and then a couple of them. One is produced by a gentleman named John Mulrennan.
Oh, I know John.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Great keyboard player.
Yeah, there's a song of Sound, Body, and Mind. I should send that one to you. It's a real
Art is just a reception for Carol Lester tunes.
Yeah, it's a real anthemic. It's a real anthemic piece. I'll email it during your next break.
Okay.
And then also a gentleman in the city named Jay Bianchi, who's a jazz pianist.
Okay.
And So, uh, yeah, I'm really proud of it. And then that one song that we're not playing because we don't want to spread any negativity and have arguments with anybody, but it's called Alternative Truth. And uh, let's just say it's kind of getting passed around a lot. It's pretty political, and it's kind of an outlier. It's the only song on this. I'm not even sure I'm going to put it on the album. I released it as a single yesterday. So I did all the paperwork to get it out, and I got my little note from CD Baby. Your song is ready. So that's called Alternative Truth. And
Where can we find it?
well, if you go to Facebook, Carol Lester, you see a rock and roll picture of me. There's a lot of Carol Lesters on Facebook. Mine, it's like a black and white. It's the picture you have on for Rock on Radio for this promotion. That was with electric guitar. And there's a link to CD Baby for Alternative Truth. And you can hear the whole thing. You could buy it for 99 cents and support independent songwriting. Because as you know, it costs a lot of money to produce songs and keep bands
that
together.
It does.
Yeah. So, and streaming, you only get a 30th of a cent for a stream. Yeah.
How disgusting is that?
I know.
30th
of a cent.
30th of a cent. But I respect. So here's what I do with a 30th of a cent. So my event on October 13th that's the second Sunday of every month. I feature 3 or 4 songwriters who are already self-published, and they have material that also has instrumentals, that also has some stems. That means like just the guitar part or just the drum part. And I create, so we have a live show. I invite some industry people in. This time we have an entertainment lawyer coming. She's going to be talking about the worst contracts she's ever seen for songwriters and how to beware of them. Her name is Anna Kelber Kim. And I met her at an event called Sync Summit. And the gentleman who runs that is Mark Freezer. And they're like the big wigs. They're the big boys of placement. So it's, you kind of have to have your material ready in a certain kind of way. And you have to not be too excited if someone sends you a contract and sign it right away. You need to know what not to sign. And it's exciting. I'll let you know when we get a placement. But on behalf of my talented friends, we do this showcase, and I also curate some Spotify playlists. And they actually have been listened to by some of these music supervisors. One of them is a holiday playlist, Christmas songs and holiday songs, because July is tis the season to get placements and advertisements. And then also October, when all the ad agencies decide to change their mind, and then they desperately scramble around for music to use behind ads. And that's a possibility for independent songwriters to get in there. And,
It's pretty fascinating. I didn't know all that. Do you know all that?
No.
I didn't know all that either.
Well, I sure hope knowing all that pays off. But whether for myself or for the people who end up on these really talented people on my Spotify playlists, and they're all indie people. They're all, people who I've met in Jersey City, people who I've met in New York, and down the shore area, in Philly and DC.
What brought you to the shore area? If you've been up in Jersey City, I mean, you were in, Philly and then Jersey Shore area.
I love the beach.
Okay.
This is where my heart is. This is, well, let's just say sometimes I call in sick when the temperature goes above 80 and I drive down and jump in the ocean. So today the water was about 69 degrees and the air was about 73. And you know what? That's actually a nice combination. So
yeah, you said you jumped in the ocean.
Yeah, the first day of the season, Memorial Day, my neighbor and I, we have a little place down in Bradley Beach, and we come down whenever we can. And my new neighbor and I, we kick off Memorial Day with 54-degree water by jumping in and going under the waves and coming back out. And I you know, I really love the ocean.
That little
So-
polar bear thing going on.
Yeah.
My son does that every year. The polar bear plunge.
It's like January.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like-
a bit too much. I don't think
January,
I can do
February.
that. Yeah.
Of
Maybe
course,
I'll
it's the
try.
same kid that also ran a triathlon last week.
And then a half a triathlon on a 150-degree day.
Correct.
So if you want to hear Christmas in September or October or whatever today is, that is one of the songs I sent. But whatever you want to do, it's called "We'll Find Peace."
Well,
But I haven't done anything live yet. You want a live song?
you want to do something live?
Yeah, let's do a live.
Sure, go ahead. And then we'll come back and we'll do the Deuce Music Minute,
Song. Okay.
sponsored by Deuce Music, right here on Rock On Radio. If you're just tuning in, our guest tonight is Carol Lester, and she's about to play something live. What are you going to do?
This song is called "Accept Them." All right. It's about a really
Whoa.
good meditation I had that I thought I better write about this because I might never have this again. So,
I feel that way about money.
all right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I know what it's like to feel alive. I know how the secrets inside splash out over the top to wash down your past, crack open locks on the armor life's helped you amass, peel off layers of time, shake off scraps you've been holding till you feel yourself shine, till your spirit is glowing. When you accept them, woo woo. When you accept, you guys can sing. When you accept them, woo woo. When you accept them, it's like a roll, 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 hey. When you accept them, woo woo. Just accept them. It's like a roll, 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 hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I know that we are all already whole. It's time to make the source the goal. Yeah, and the process is all that we're really achieved. It's surprising we already have what we need. Like spark source creation and beautiful flowing are all inside our heart. 2, 3, where you accept them, woo woo, you accept them. They talk a whoa, 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 hey. You accept them, just accept them. It's like a whoa, 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 hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I know my source is unfolding inside, illuminating all that I hide, all that I hide, all that I hide. When you accept the help, you accept the help. It's like a roll, 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 roll,
Carol Lester here on Rock On Radio, live in studio, 609-241-7103. If you want to give us a call, what have you brought along here, this pile?
Well, I meant to bring my 2 rock CDs, Spill My Soul. That song, Accept Them, is on Spill My Soul.
Okay.
And the other one, Feed the Love, Starve the War, which has a lot of peace songs on it. And instead, I ended up bringing the Mamapalooza album called Mom's Gone Mad, Mama Love, which I helped produce, and I'm on part of it.
We'll put this
That was
here
some of the
for
moms
people
who
to see.
rock. That's
Okay.
Joy Rose on the front.
There we go.
And let's see, I brought, oh boy, I brought children's albums, which I wasn't even going to talk about today, and those are the ones I brought. But anyway, I run a children's music company in
You
Jersey
do?
City. I do. It's called ABC Sing With Me, and also sometimes the Bubble Queen. I opened for Snoop Dogg as the Bubble Queen last year at the Jersey City Fireworks Festival.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't the only one in purple pigtails.
Whoa.
That was me too. No.
The Bubble Queen. Wow.
Right. So
All right, we'll put them over here.
right. So those are yeah, so the children's music company that got started probably about 15 years ago. I decided to be an at-home mom, and maybe 20 years ago. And I needed to do some things to make some money.
Mhm.
So my husband's a professor of developmental education, and I'm an award-winning songwriter. And
And what award would that be?
oh, there was a company called Unisong
Okay.
many years ago, and a song I wrote called Oil, OIL. OIL, create a common foe, IL, and let the violence grow, IL. Distract us with a show, IL, and we'll pretend that we don't know. They're telling us lies, OIL. So, kind of what's underneath all the world wars that we're in. That song, that spells oil. So,
We figured that out,
Right.
didn't we? Art?
and now they're fracking for gas. Oh yes, and it's a toxic mess. Oh yes, 1,000 poisonous blasts for gas. They say that it's green, but that's not the green that they mean. They mean cash for gas. So that song won a Unisong Award in the political rock category. And then ASCAP, when I first started writing, I got called in to do a number of their showcases, where I thought I was going to be a big star because I got to go into their award showcase, and it was fun. But basically, it was a lot of people giving me advice on how to change the chorus. So,
Oh,
was-
really?
yeah, and I didn't take it.
Which kind of
Maybe-
goes back to which kind of goes back to what we talked about at the beginning of the program. How it's your song.
Yeah,
Who are these record companies to come in and say, well, in order for it to be a hit, you got to do it like this? And the next thing you know, it's not your song.
but they had the money. Yeah,
but
how
they
much
don't
do
want to
you
give you
bend?
any.
Do you do anything? Do you not?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got to be. I don't know. It's you want that? Yeah, we got to do the Deuce Music Minute. We're a little late.
Oh.
Good. I was going to do it, and then you broke in the song, and
Oh, I'm
I kind of
sorry.
got lost. No, that's all right. That's you're the live guest. The Deuce Music Minute. I have to pull that up here. There we go. Where did it go now? No, I erased it, Art. I have to go back and look it up again. Here. If you want to give us a call, please do so on 609-241-7103. If you have any questions that you would like us to answer, or Carol Lester, I didn't know you were this diverse, Miss Lester.
Diverse, schizophrenic. I don't know.
Schizophrenic. Sybil. All right. We have tonight's Deuce Music Minute, brought to you by Deuce Music Management of the UK, is soul singer-songwriter Sade Aman. And after years of performing as a backing vocalist for the likes of Take That, P. Diddy, and Diana Ross, to name but only a few, Sade Aman has now moved into the solo world following the release of her album, Traveling Hopefully. Go ahead, Art. Might as well answer. We'll get back to the Deuce Music Minute. Hello, welcome to Rock All Radio. Who's this?
Hey, Danny Coleman, it's Helen O'Shea with the flu.
Helen.
Sorry,
Helen.
is Claire there? I don't hear Claire.
No, Claire is. She's not here at the moment.
Okay, that explains it.
That
So,
explains
listen, I'm very annoying. My family tell me because my voice is gone. But I wanted to do a really quick call just to say a massive, massive thank you. Buíochas le dia agus gachrod Éireannach. Thank you so much, Danny, for agreeing to be our MC
She
for
spoke
our
Gaelic.
upcoming fundraiser on October 19th. We're over the moon. The artists are over the moon. All of our friends at the Elks, Ellen Robbins, Diana, the head of the Children's Charities, is over the moon. And everybody I'm telling in Princeton, all of the businesses are all very excited. You really upped our little fundraiser to something much bigger than it originally was. And we're just delighted, and we can't thank you enough for donating your time. We know how busy you are, but you know how much all the artists love you, and it really has elevated the whole thing and made everybody rehearse twice as much.
Well, first of all, I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling well, Helen O'Shea. I hope you feel better. You know what? A nice hot whiskey. Have a nice hot whiskey.
If only I had the Jameson, Daddy. If only I had the Jameson.
You don't have anything? You don't have any patties or powers?
No, there's a drop of paddy left for tonight that'll get me through tonight with cloves and lemon and hot water.
There you go. Some cloves, a hot whiskey. Frank, it's a Tierno used to make a great hot whiskey.
There's an art. There's an art for sure.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I hope you feel better. Secondly, I am flattered and honored that you asked me to MC this event for you, because I know it is a very important event in your annual calendar. So thank you very much for asking me. But third, I didn't know that I wielded that kind of power to get people that excited that I'm just going to be yakking away on a mic.
I got to tell you, it always amazes me how humble you are and how you don't seem to realize the esteem that you're held in the local music scene here. I mean, you've been a friend to all of us. You listen to all of our stories, no matter how ridiculous they are. We all feel so supported by you anyway. But to take it to this is the most important event we do in the entire year. Like, we do 4 or 5 fundraisers a year, but this is the big one, because you may not know, but our mean amount that we've raised the last 5 years is $4,000. That includes some matching funds, but $500 is the cost to send one of our local kids with special needs to camp. That means that 8 children are going every year from our local area to summer camp at the Elks Camp, where with one-on-one care that would not have that opportunity if it wasn't for our local musicians donating their time. And now we've roped you in, you may never escape.
Oh, well, that's okay. I when I was back in the days before political correctness, when I was a child, my grandfather was the Grand Poobah, or whatever, the Grand Exalted Ruler at the Trenton Elks Lodge when they were on Warren Street in Trenton before they moved out to,
Are you serious?
To Ewing.
Oh my goodness.
And
we're going to have the red carpet out together now. I had no idea. No idea.
And see, I'm a legacy. So, but every year they would have, back then it was called the Crippled Children's Christmas Party. For the crippled, the Elks had a thing. It was called the Crippled Children's Fund. There was no for the handicapped or special needs as it is now. That
I know. I know.
So,
but they were still doing the same thing for the right reasons.
For the right reasons years ago. Correct. So, Helen, I am very excited as well to be doing this, and I think it'll be a great, fun afternoon. And I cannot thank you enough for asking and including me.
We will make it a great night for you. You're going to be treated like royalty, so get ready. And you might want to Uber home.
Oh! Will there be crystal glasses and Jameson?
There's already Jameson organized for you, but the crystal glasses I have downstairs in the cupboard, and they rarely get an airing these days. So I will bring one for you and one for our sound engineer and also our headliner, Gary Pearsall, with his wonderful band, So It Goes. I said to him on the phone yesterday, we had a planning meeting, I said, Gary, if I find you in Coleman, hidden behind the bar, because they have a fabulous bar at the Elks in Princeton, I said, I better not find the two of you behind the bar at the Jameson before the event is over. And he said to me, Helen, I can't promise anything.
Yeah, we can't promise you that, Helen. I'm sorry. I know Gary. I've done a gig or two with Gary.
Well, there you go.
All right, Helen.
these two get together, we'll have no sound and no MC, but you know something, I'll come after the pair of you and you'll be back on stage quicker than you know it.
I'm sure we would. All right, Helen. Well, I'm going to get back to Carol.
Thank
Say
you.
hello to Carol Lester.
Hi, Carol Lester. I'm really enjoying listening to your stories. Are amazing. Apart from being a brilliant songwriter, I cannot believe you opened for Snoop Dogg.
I opened for it was 2 hours earlier, but I was on the same stage. I did open for Snoop Dogg.
Doesn't matter. If you went before him, you opened for him. If he went before you, he opened for you. We know how this works as songwriters, right?
Right. Thank you.
Okay, I better go take my Jemison.
Oh.
Thanks again.
Jemison.
Can't wait to see you, Daddy.
Oh, me either. I can't wait to see you, Helen. Thank you so much. Rock on, my friend.
Awesome, thanks. Bye, Art. Take care, guys.
There you go. Helen O'Shea. Helen's a fan.
Yeah.
She's a
I
great.
could tell. She sounds like fun.
She's a lot of fun. She's a never a dull moment with our friend Helen. She's a very big supporter of this program and musicians, and she's part of the Einstein Alley Musicians Collaborative from Princeton. And,
Helen, we'll have to talk.
there you
Okay.
go.
Here, this is how you can contact me.
We'll give her one of those. We'll get that out the hell. All right, where were we? Oh, all right, we were in a Deuce Music Minute. That's right.
We were.
After years of performing, Sade Aman as a backup vocalist for the likes of, I said that right, Take That, P. Diddy and Diana Ross, she has just released her new album called Traveling Hopefully. It's been described as being a mixture of acoustic soul and reggae with a hint of jazz. And you can find out more information about Sade Aman by visiting her website at Sade Aman, ShadeMan. It's pronounced Sade, like with an R. .com, where you can follow her on social media. Sade Aman Music, Twitter, Sade_Aman, and Instagram, Sade Aman. And here's her new single right now. It is called Never Forget. And here we go. Rock on Radio.
Wind on my face, calling your name. I will always be able to find you. Memories in place, all blow away. Oh, I will always be able to find you. There'll be cold days, long nights, darkness, bright lights, but I'll be holding on tight. I won't ever lose sight of you. No, I'll never forget you. No, I'll never forget you. I'll never forget you. No, I'll never forget you. Your song in my head, beautiful sound. I will always be able to hear you. Lying on my bed with silence around. Oh, I will always be able to hear you in just one day, one night. I felt love so right, and I'll be holding on tight forever. You in my mind, no, I'll never forget you. No, I'll never forget you. I'll never forget. No, I'll never forget you. No, I'll never forget you. Now in just one day, one night, I feel I'll never forget. No, I'll never forget you. Oh, I'll never forget you. Oh, no, I won't forget you. No, 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 I. Ooh, oh, oh, oh.
Hello, welcome back to Rock On Radio. I am Danny Coleman. That is Art Ackerman. And you just heard that woman, Carol Lester. No, that was not you.
Sade.
That was Sade. You're Carol Lester.
I'm not
And
that
you heard
diverse.
Sade. Sorry. Ooh. All right, I'm all miscombobulated.
Yeah, I know. I sing in a lot
I'm
of different
speechless.
voices.
No.
I sing in a lot of different voices, but none as beautiful as that. That was really lovely.
Yeah, well, I like her.
Yeah.
I like her. But you're not Sade.
No.
She's Sade.
Yeah.
You can find her at Sade Aman Music on Facebook and her website. So too.
Yeah.
Okay, Carol. That is Carol Lester, though. For those of you watching me screw up at home, that's
We had to get that in there.
Oh no! What'd you do that for?
I didn't mean to. I was dancing. Everything came apart. Oh well.
It's right under your
She got
sheet.
this
It's okay.
combined.
You can take the time. Yeah, you can get it.
You sure?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll talk to Art. 609-241-7103 if you want to call in and ask us why Art continues to make me like Mick Jagger's dog, and every time Brown Sugar comes on, as opposed to Pavlov. Although today I was playing golf this morning, and with my ex-brother-in-law and my nephew, and one of my nephew's buddies, and my nephew's buddy says, "You know what? We should probably drink." And as soon as he said it, I picked up my beer. I don't know why I did. It was like I'm conditioned.
Natural reaction.
But O'Shea's going to ply me with Jemison.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Oh, Jemison.
By the end of the show,
That should be a lot of
where's
fun.
Danny behind the bar?
with Gary Pearsall, apparently. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, October 12th, Art.
October
Well,
12th.
it's a good time while Carol's getting herself situated back here. Now she's set to go. October 12th, we will be recording an event for. Do you have any idea when you're going to air it?
I do not.
Okay. Well,
But we will air it shortly thereafter.
okay, on Saturday, every other Saturday, there will be a show in Hopewell at the United Methodist Church located at 20 Blackwell Avenue. It used to be called, I can't remember, something Hayride, a Heartland Hayride. Now it is called the Hopewell Hayride. It is a bluegrass event, country bluegrass. type of
Outside?
thing. No, it's inside the Methodist Church in Hopewell.
Hey, Ryan, would make you think it was
It's
outside.
outside, right? Well, it is a 2-hour event. It is brought to you by Al Kessel Management, the Hopewell United Methodist Church, Rock On Radio, and the City of Angels.
I think we should do that. I think we should have like a rockin' hayride where you have like a stage. You take a hayride to the stage. The band plays for like 20 minutes and it takes you to the next stage.
Do you have to play in the in the truck?
I think he's talking about setting up multiple stages
Oh,
outside and having a hayride take you to them. And we get to pick pumpkins when we're done, and apples, and make pie,
We can make it a haunted hayride.
and buy mums 3 for $10. No, wait, sorry, getting out of
They have to
control.
pay for it somehow.
Yeah, right. But that is October 12th, and what is going to happen is Art has graciously, we're going to record it, and it will be for airing at a later date. I am the MC for the event, and it is from 6 to 8. The donation at the door is $15 for adults. I'm not sure if there's a lesser one. I think there might be a lesser one for children. I'm not
Is there a website where people can get more information?
Yeah, I have to go back to my homepage here, and because I just posted something on Facebook about that, and I'm trying to see where it is because, as I said, I am the MC, and oh, that's you, Carol Lister. There you are.
Uh-oh.
No, that's your picture. I have to find the there it is, the Hopewell Hayride. Actually, the act that's there for this one is our friend Elaine. Elaine, gosh, it's Polish last time. I always screw it up when I pronounce it. But Wiskowski, which I don't know, but she's in the Cimarron Sky Band. She's been a guest here
Oh yeah.
before. Yeah. And it is, let me click on the picture here. We have quite the, oops, why does this do that? There we go. We have quite the, all right, doors open at 4:30. The show is at 6. $15 donation. Children 12 and under are $7.50. So if you want to find out more about it, you can either go to Al Kessel Management here on Facebook, or you can go to, you can give them a call actually at 609-466-0471. That's 609-466-0471. That's the number for the United Methodist Church in Hopewell. And they will give you all the information you need to come see Elaine in the Cimarron Sky Band and Al Kessel, actually, and his Never Too Late Band.
So there's two bands that night?
Well, what there is there's Al Kessel and his group will warm up the crowd at 6. Elaine will be the featured performer. Then throughout that, there will be other performers that come on, and Al Kessel's band is like the house band.
Oh, okay, awesome.
So it's a night of bluegrass and country music
Sounds good.
in Hopewell.
I like
so-
bluegrass.
I was glad that I could actually make that happen for them. So also that, because that's a whole nother story, which I'll tell. And if you want to hear it, you got to come to the event.
And we'll announce when we're going to air that right here on Rock On Radio.
Oh, beautiful. I like that even more. Yeah, because that's the 12th, so we can announce it on the 13th.
Right.
So you guys produce a lot of really diverse and interesting shows.
Here on City of Angels?
Yeah, I see your postings all over the place, and bluegrass, rock, women.
Whoa, women.
No,
We produce women?
What was the one?
Sirens of Asbury
The size
Park.
of Sirens of Asbury Park.
Yeah. So
Well, actually, now to go back to our phone call with our friend Helen O'Shea, I tend to. It always cracks me up when I see these people on like these big FM stations that, or larger FM stations that claim to be like these huge supporters of original local indie music type of thing, and I'm not saying they're not, but yet when you go to their Facebook pages or their personal pages, or it's okay. Where's your support? What are you doing? So what I like to do is anytime I see an event, like if I see a Carol Lester event, I will share it out for you. If I see events of friends of mine down the shore that are playing and who they're playing, and if I see it, I will share it out for them. So you know what? Invite me to your event, and you never know, I might share it out and help you promote yourselves. And I try to constantly support indie original artists, because otherwise you're going to get stuck hearing the same 40 cover songs every time you go out to hear something.
right.
This area is terrible for original music venues. There's only a couple of them, and they cater to certain styles. There's coffee houses that tend to have original artists, but it's only at an open mic for the most part.
Well, Cafe Artiste.
Well, that's not
Yeah.
in this area.
Oh, in
Now,
this
what
area,
Janet
yeah.
does, is a whole nother thing.
So
It's
up here in
beautiful.
Hightstown and Princeton,
Trenton,
Trenton.
yeah, there's like very few original
I used
music
to play at a
venues.
Princeton place. I can't remember what it was called.
Princeton used to have quite a few places.
Yeah.
Small World Coffee will support original music
Mhm.
in Princeton. Alchemist and Barrister never has entertainment anymore. They used to support
They
it,
used to have a lot.
right? Cafe Improv.
Yes, that's
is,
where I was.
Yeah, and that's only once a month. So that's more like a showcase once a month at the Paul Robeson Arts Center in Princeton. Around here, though, there's really nothing that supports original artists. Trenton has the Mill Hill and Champs, but that's like punk and thrash metal. There's no.
But Rock
know,
On Radio does with Danny Coleman.
Well, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
I try to
Well,
support.
where's the place that? Oh God, I can't think of his name. Our theme song.
Oh, Charles Loretta?
Yeah,
Charles, that's right. Our theme song is written by Charles Loretta and
He-
Will Sarver.
and they play somewhere in Trenton. Their original.
No,
I can't think of any of that.
they used to play at Cedar Gardens Pub, but that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, but it's not there. It's over by the arena. I thought.
Oh,
Yeah,
the Trenton
they're-
Social.
Trenton Social.
Yeah, but they're not consistent.
No,
they
they're
they
not.
don't. Dick Gratton plays there every first Wednesday, but he's
Right.
jazz. So it's kind of a late. It's tough. It's very tough.
I love independent music. I love even when I'm in a different town visiting family and friends, if I have a chance to go someplace, I like to go hear
Local
original
music, right?
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to Rock On Radio. Who's this?
Well, hello there. It's Janet.
Well, we were
Oh,
just
and I
talking
heard-
about her.
I was listening to the show, and I think Carol's got as beautiful a voice as Sade. So I'm sorry.
So you,
I love your voice, Carol.
so Janet, you see how I got them confused, right?
Yeah, easily.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Not because I'm
Yeah.
confusing enough.
I've always, she's got the most, beautiful. If you ever listen to your CDs, Carol, they're just really, you've been doing this a long time, and, you're a seasoned artist, that's for sure.
Thank you. I do not use
Oh.
autocorrect. If you have to use autocorrect, you should not be in a recording studio. That's my personal opinion.
I agree. I agree.
Go home and practice more.
That's right. So, Janet, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. Had a nice, beautiful Sunday in the city. And I also want to comment. I think you do produce women, you guys.
Yeah.
You said before.
Well,
I think Danny produces women on the side. I don't know. They show up, these talented women he introduces. So I
wow.
don't know about that.
Well, I'm not sure I know what to say to that, Janet.
Well, you left him speechless.
Oh, wait. Now, Janet, Janet, you and I produce ourselves at Clancy's every Tuesday after Cafe Artiste, right?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
See?
Well, once in a while, we can't do that every night. But
No.
we definitely
Well, we could.
do celebrate.
We actually, Janet, of course, Janet runs Cafe Artiste, which you have performed at.
It is a beautiful listening room
It is.
down the shore, down right outside of Ocean Grove, between Asbury Park and Bradley Beach on Main Street, and in the old Jersey Shore Arts Center. Just Janet created this beautiful listening room. People actually hear your words, and there's a painter there, and I love playing there, and I love going and listening to the other artists who play there.
It's a great venue.
And Carol, you did the 9/11 show. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Carol always brought, great entertainment, great songs, beautiful songs. But 9/11 was really special because you not only did it at Cafe Artiste, but in the morning, you were in Jersey City. You do that every year, don't you?
Yeah, I have a song called Questions of the Ages that opens up the Jersey City waterfront 9/11 memorial. So yeah, we
That's beautiful.
were down there.
Nice. Well, Janet, what you
But
do?
right now, if you come, right now, I just went Friday night. Bobby Duncan, little Bobby Duncan, who's been, we have a visual artist as well as songwriters. The art center is now just alive with all his art, from the first floor all the way up the sweeping staircase to the third floor. It's all Bobby Duncan's art. It's absolutely stunning. So that's another reason to come on your way up. You're walking through an art exhibit. It's really nice.
Well, what you do at Cafe Artiste is, I am art. I am very fortunate because when I do show up at Cafe Artiste, Janet never fails to mention Rock on Radio or Claire or you or anybody that's involved with Rock On Radio. And she always gives us a very nice plug. So I am returning the favor right now.
I need to get back there on Tuesday.
Well, I appreciate that because everybody should be listening at 7 o'clock on Sunday night.
Well, I'm
It's
glad
a great way to at 7 o'clock to 9. I'm telling you.
Well, I'm very glad that you do. So,
Yeah, but if I may say, you know who we have? I want to know. You know Chuck Lambert?
yes, I do. Chuck is fantastic.
He's going to be here on this week, on this Tuesday, and Miss Maxine Snow's last Tuesday. She's going to perform. We've got R.G. Evans, Sherry Tomeno.
RG
And
was just on this show a couple months ago.
I know, isn't he fascinating? He's got books written, and he's an amazing guy.
Mm-hmm.
So very interesting.
Well, I will
And we
see you
have-
there.
Good. It's going to be a special show. Carol, I'd love to see you. I know you're in the city though. I'm in Jersey City.
Yeah, I'm in the city this week.
But both you and Danny came to the 4th of July parade.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Rock on Radio during the 4th of July parade.
That was hot.
Yeah,
It was
that
really
was hot. That was a hot day, that's for sure.
It was a really hot day.
I know.
So,
Well, as always, Janet, I love you for listening and for what you do for local original music and just for being the person that you are. So thank you so much for calling once again.
well, thank you. Love you guys.
Love you, Janet.
See you
Take care.
Tuesday.
There you go. All right,
Okay.
baby. We'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Rock
Take
on.
care. Bye-bye.
There you go.
Rock on.
Janet Rothstein from Cafe Artiste. Let's do some more of your music before time slips away from us.
Okay. All right. I actually sent the song we were talking about that John Mulrennan down the shore area produced. And it's called Of Sound, Body, and Mind. I describe it as cinematic. This song in particular, I had the parts for the song written in my head.
Right.
And I went in and I was like the Helen Keller of songwriting. I was like, no, that just smells bad. Let's do it this way. And I kind of sang the bass part and I sang the piano part. And I wanted it to have a cashmere feel. And this is all the instrumentation is John Mulrennan.
John. Now,
all the production.
John was in a band back in the 60s and 70s, late 60s,
Well,
early
I gotta-
70s called Lord Gunner. They were very big along the Jersey
Oh,
Shore
yeah.
back then with Lance Larson, who owns the Wonder Bar, and
Yeah.
a whole bunch of luminaries. He's all part of, John's part of that first wave, like Patillo, or Goodbye Joe
okay.
Patillo of the Upstage Club. So, yes. All right. So this is called?
This is called Of Sound, Body, and Mind.
That's it. Carol Lester right here on Rock On Radio.
I feel, therefore I am of sound, body and mind. I feel, therefore I am of earth, ocean and sky. Oh, tigress, love oh, it just slips through my closed fist. So crisp, I feel, oh, it just slips through my soul. I feel, therefore I am of sound, body and mind. My friends, it just makes me my clothes it just makes me my soul. I am sound body and mind here, but please be with my sanity. I just let it all. I am sound body and mind here, but to be with I feel, therefore I am of sound, body and mind. I feel I am the world. I am body and mind here, but to be with my sanity. I just let it
There we go. Carol Lester. That was a little progressive for you there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very dramatic. Very dramatic.
Yeah, it's kind of big sound. I want to say again before it gets too late, I want to welcome our two new sponsors tonight, bridalmusic.org and No Knot Necklace. So you can go to noknotnecklace.com, NOKNOT, necklace.com, and check out their products and wares and so on and so forth. So don't do that song.
Don't do that song?
Yeah, the wedding song.
No, I will not. I will not do that.
Make it all shaky.
I don't have a song about unlocking necklaces, but I do spend a lot of time doing that. So I'm very interested in that product.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll have to No Knot Necklace.
I know men might not realize that's a thing, but it really is. You travel and your chains get all, first they get in knots with themselves, and then they all combine together, and I don't know what they're doing with each other,
During
but they get
travel.
all tangled together during travel. Yes.
Whoa. That's we don't have any Rock on Radio Lou for that.
Can I mention
Yes.
3 songwriters?
Go ahead.
Okay. So at my show that's called Second Sunday Songwriters, that's coming up October 13th at Headroom in Jersey City, 150 Bay Street.
She's right here.
We've got Tiffany Doucet. She is French, and she just is an exquisite songwriter and singer. And Michael Brown, he's like a master guitarist and a wonderful singer. And Maxwell Feinstein, who is a rocker, as you can tell from his picture. He just had a new album out. And they all have a lot of independent, self-produced music. They'll be playing. And we have our Q&A with entertainment lawyer Anna Kelberg Kim. So that's what's coming out October 13th.
Oh, okay.
And my band will be playing there too, with Peter Moffitt on keyboard, on live piano, and Justin Velasquez on bass, and Vivian Warfield on percussion.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Headroom Bar and Social, 150 Bay Street, Jersey City. And
Jersey
apparently,
City.
I guess parking is at somewhat of a premium. You have to park off-site. Is that what
Well,
this
it's
is?
about 2 blocks from the PATH station, from the
okay.
Grove Street PATH station. But yeah, parking is.
It's Jersey City. So
It's.
most people don't even own a car.
I should have bought a parking lot instead of a condo all
Right?
those years ago. I'd be so rich.
You would be a multi-bazillionaire.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's good. I didn't realize that you were this diverse, as I said earlier.
I'm pretty diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was younger, I could do tons of things at the same time. Now I can't do as many things at the same time. So, like as you noticed this morning, my emails just got to you about 4 hours before the show. So normally I would have been a week ahead on that, but you slow down a little. So
You're here ahead of time.
yeah.
That's all that matters. 609-241-7103. We've got quite a few callers this evening, which is kind of cool. We had Dave the Rave earlier. We had
Yeah.
Janet. We had Peter. Who else do we have? Are we missing somebody? Janet, Peter, Dave the Rave.
I thought there was one more.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you had
But
Oh,
it's
Helen.
And
Helen.
Helen.
Helen
Yeah.
O'Shea. Helen O'Shea.
with Jemison.
Jemison.
Helen.
Yeah.
I love Helen. She's a blast. All right. If you had to pick one of these things that you do and throw 100% of your effort and weight and passion behind it, which one do you think it would be? I know that's not an easy question because they all feed off each other.
They do. I mean, I'm fortunate in that the two things that I do that actually generate my income, I do love. The children's music, I specialize in infants to 2.5 or 3 years. I have one class that's everybody's under 11 months, and it's just the most adorable thing you would ever imagine. And I start my week off with that class. I make sure my first class of every week is the babies. And then I also am fortunate, I teach in senior centers. I teach cardiac and restorative yoga. So chair yoga, sometimes I throw some of my meditation music in there, but to be able to do things that are actually helpful to people, and to get money from them and for them to be joyful. Okay, so those would be hard to give up, but they do support me. They do support my rock habit, and my rock habit includes having fantastic bands. I mean, the people who I mentioned, I pay my musicians, whether I get paid for a show or not. I love to do charity shows and I love to do fundraisers for charities. And I will say yes to pretty much any cause that I like, but I always pay my players no matter what, because most of them, that's what they do for a living. That's their only thing. They don't have a children's or yoga thing. And then, so I guess I would love to live full time in a rock and roll in my own rock and roll band. That would be my favorite thing to do. And then also to make money off of it. And well, even if not the money, to find homes for the songs in something that will last longer and have more of an impact, like a scene in a movie or a scene in, I would say a scene in a movie would really, that would really do it.
Would seal it for longevity.
That would seal it. Because we songwriters, will dive very deeply into whatever emotion we're experiencing. And in my opinion, the songs that really hit you the most are the ones where the writer is more willing to reveal things. And it's one of the reasons I love country writing. I'm not a country writer, but I go to Nashville workshops because they're so good at what they do. They'll have a chorus. There was a song called I Lived That, right? And every verse of the song is a different stage of this person's life or a different problem or joy that they're going through. And that one line, I lived that, emotionally, it means something different every time you finish the verse. Every time you finish the bridge, you feel that one line as a totally different line. And that's like, in my mind, that's like learning how to write a sonnet or a haiku. It's a certain kind of art form. So that's the kind of art form I try to bring to my daddy's coats. And I try to bring to what I like to write in, which is rock or folk or adult contemporary or jazz, and see if I can use a format where my chorus really has a big personal and universal impact in it. And I don't think I answered your question at all.
That's okay. Most people don't. But no, that's all right. It's always nice to learn a little bit about what's behind the music.
If I could, I'd jam with a great band all day. That would be it.
Thing. How important is passion in what you do?
I think it's very important. I can't actually hit all my notes if I don't, if I'm not into the emotional moment of what I'm doing. So I like to sing things that I believe in.
So I was going to say, is that how you look at it lyrically as well?
Yeah. I mean, I've done a few experiments where I wrote songs for other people. But even in those songs, there's something that also, there's a little storyline that also I can relate to in the song. And those songs are some of them I hired demo singers for, like a young Nashville teenage girl. So it sounds real tweeny bopper sounding, and a Latin male tenor. And so there's a lot of stuff out there. But I'm going to have to talk to this lawyer because before I release those, I have to figure out
always a
the
good move.
logistics behind all that.
Speaking of being released, you were no, I've not been released from jail.
Please release me.
There you
Let
go.
me go.
You were released from Porch Fest today, weren't you? Didn't you do Porch Fest in Asbury Park?
I did it yesterday.
Oh, you got your shirt
I got
on.
my shirt. Porch Fest.
There you go.
Yeah, Dave Vargo.
Oh, you did it yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
I thought it was today and yesterday.
Oh, if it was today and yesterday, I missed today.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe it was just
Wait,
yesterday.
let me read my T-shirt.
What's it say? Porch Fest.
Oh, yeah, it didn't commit to a date.
Oh, okay.
T-shirt didn't commit to a date.
Dave Vargo. I love Dave. Man. Dave is a great guy.
Yeah.
I'm happy to call him a friend.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Dave. So where'd you play? What porch?
I played porch number 23 on 3rd Avenue. And it was really fun.
It's really a cool concept. I mean, Porch Fest, where I don't know how many musicians were involved.
There were at least 100 musicians involved this year, and there were 23 stages, 23 porches.
23 porches.
Yeah, so it was fun.
Because they have to get people to open up their house or let people sit on the porch.
Right. So we set
porch.
up a little PA on the front porch, and I actually brought my PA, so I lent it to the other musicians. I was going to bop around and go see a lot of people. I got a chance for a few minutes to go see Joe Weimer. I love Joe.
Where'd she play?
She was on 4th Street.
Okay.
Or 4th Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
With her band. Well, kind of like a acoustic version of her band. Actually, I met Joe years and years ago because she was one of the star Mamapalooza Moms Who Rock.
Oh,
and that's how we met. Her kids were young at the same time, and I don't know if I ever met her in person or I just edited her music to 15, 30, and 60 seconds and pitched it to people. And I also include her on all my Second Sunday Songwriter Spotify lists. She has fantastic material.
I played drums for her for about a year and a half, 2 years maybe. I played drums for Joe Weimer.
Yeah, she's great.
Yep, I've known Joe for probably about 10 years, I guess.
Yeah,
roughly. So nice.
So Porch Fest was fun. As a matter of fact, Bradley Beach wanted to have a Porch Fest in the spring. They had a children's art show, and my neighbor, who I jump in the ocean with, said to me, "Do you want to play on our porch?" And I said, "Is anyone else doing music?" And she said, "No, just play on our porch." And I said, "I can bring a bunch of musicians down." So I helped produce Bradley Beach's Porch Fest this year.
Nice.
May 18th, and we had 9 porches and a lot
it's
of really
something to grow on
fantastic
every year.
musicians. Yeah, I think it was really fun. And they also, in Riley Park, Amy Hall, who's the new director of tourism for Bradley Beach, she has a lot of music. Dan Lee was hosting Songwriter Night every Thursday night in Riley Park. Sundays, she has live jazz. Actually, I have a little jazz trio.
Do you?
Well, I hope I'll have it by October 27th, which is when we're playing there. And Well,
You-
Peter can play anything, so I'll just sing a jazz version of "Love Reign Over Me" or "Born to Be Wild." Born to be wild. Yeah.
Get your motor running.
Yeah.
Head out on the highway.
You'll join us. We'll have a duet.
Looking for adventure.
And
In Antigone, you know.
In Antigone.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, you tilt anything sideways, it turns into jazz.
Really?
Yeah,
True.
you just tilt it, slow it down a little. Don't hit your 1 and your 3.
That's right. Get kind of smooth. With your
Yeah,
voice.
anticipated beats.
That's it.
Does anyone beside you and me know what we're talking about here?
Doesn't matter. It's all that matters.
Not a clue.
The drummers know. The drummers know.
You're just tuning in. It's the Rock On Radio. If you want to give us a call, 609-241-7103. I'll give you something. I don't know what. Carol's got an extensive catalog here. She has brought along.
Her discography.
That's it. How many discs do you have?
I have 3 children's music, 3 adult music, and then there's a couple singles that just came out, Alternative Truth. Go to carollester.com. Oh, I forgot I have carollester.com. Everything's up there. And
I do that.
Facebook, Carol Lester. You know, Facebook is like a rabbit hole. You dive in and then the day goes by. And everyone else has a better life than you. It's really,
Or so they claim.
yeah.
Or so they make it look like on Facebook.
Right. So there'll be a new album coming out and then another one in 2020.
Oh, very nice. Well, let's do some more music. What do you want to do? You want to do live or are you going to make art
I'll
go
do a
off,
live song.
Nice. Okay.
Now, last time I think my guitar was a little
I switched channels.
crunchy. Okay. I think it was me because of the capo. I was incapable.
Uh-oh.
Bad joke. This song is called Spill My Soul. And it's the first track of one of my first albums. I wonder what would come out if I slowed myself down. Well, maybe I could get some sleep if I weren't always packing for this never-ending, always starting trip. What would be lost indeed if I let this take as long as it needs? I'd have one perfectly packaged treat instead of bits and pieces in this hurried race toward meant to be. I wanna spill my soul. I wanna spill my soul. I wanna spill my soul. And where is that peace in the gap between what has been and will be? I've read it's the very core of me. I try to peel back layers and put forever where today is supposed to be. Yeah, and the gift I unwrap is unmanifest and untapped, and I untied this bow. I wanna spill my soul. I wanna spill my soul. I wanna spill my soul of what I know and what I fear and where I go and what I'm feeling, what it seems versus what I'm meant to be. Maybe there's a drum solo here. Did you bring your drum kit, Danny?
Should have.
I wanna spill my soul so I can fill my soul.
Carol Lester right here on Rock On Radio.
My headset fell off.
Well, you're out of control.
Whoop.
So what is all right, what do you have coming up again?
So this coming Saturday, October 5th, at 1 o'clock, um, the band we're at West Side Story Art Festival in Lincoln Park in Jersey City. There's a lot of fantastic bands playing the event.
Okay.
And then the following Sunday, October 13th, my event, Second Sunday Songwriters, I hosted, and we have some great musicians and a lawyer, and my band is playing as well. And then October 27th, I'm down at Riley Park in Bradley Beach for their crafts market and jazz.
Some months or some years back, I used to write for a magazine. There was a guy that attempted to write to get. Actually, he gave it away. It was a free magazine, but eventually, like most newsprint type of things, it went under because nobody wanted to pay money to support it with advertising.
Huh.
But it was called NJ The Sure Thing.
I like that.
SHORE.
Yeah.
And you could pick it up in every 7-Eleven or.
It was everywhere down there.
Yeah.
That's how you found out what was going on at the shore.
I used to write that column, the events column, for there. And I always used to do the listings of events from, I think, Asbury Park to Seaside.
Okay.
So I had all those towns and boroughs. I had Avon, I had Bradley Beach, I had Ocean Grove, I had Neptune, I had Asbury, Seaside, Point Pleasant,
Highlands.
Belmar.
Yeah.
No, I didn't go up
No,
that.
not
He
up
didn't go up
there.
that far. No, but it was just like constantly. And
Well, this is real. That's really the strip. I mean,
some of the things that you just said tonight about Bradley Beach, it brought me back to that spot because I was still listing those events years ago. Yeah, the fire companies still having their spaghetti dinners, but he wanted a diverse thing. So it wasn't just music here and flea markets there, type of thing. So those little shore communities. This is the time of year to go to the Jersey Shore.
I loved it, man. When we lived in Sea Isle City, like we couldn't wait for Labor Day to go because everybody was gone after that.
Yep.
And the water's warm.
Yeah, it's still nice. It's just calm down.
The fluke fishing is the best right now. They've had all summer to grow, and
although that season probably ends. In
yeah,
days
now
or-
there's it's only from like May 1st until
like the end of September.
September
yeah.
30th or something. But it used to be catch fluke whenever, it didn't matter.
Now it's a fluke.
Yeah, correct.
Now it's a fluke.
Correct. It's
Better
a
be-
fluke. Ay.
Sorry.
Well, I am very glad that we finally made this happen,
Yeah.
Carol. Will you be visiting Janet anytime soon at Cafe Artiste? No.
I will. I don't have a date right now, but I know that sometime in the fall I'll be there for a Tuesday. I'll let you know.
Should always call in.
It is the fall, Carol.
Officially, too.
I'm still fighting it. I still ran out in that bathing suit today and jumped into the ocean. In my mind, it's still summer. I'm trying to stay
Oh,
in.
when you said you jumped into the ocean, I thought you went in clothes. Just jumped in.
No, I had a bathing suit on. I did. I did.
What do you think of that, Art? She had a bathing suit
It was hot today.
Yeah.
on. I guess as much. If you're just tuning in, this is Rock on Radio. You have missed it. So you'll have to tune in again next week when our guest is. I have to look at my calendar to see who our guest is. I'm surprised. This is how you know that Claire's not listening because
She's not texting you.
she's not saying she's not correcting me. Let's see, who is our guest next week? Next week is October. Man, it's October already. Aren't
Yes, it is.
October 6th. Joe Mifsud.
And there's probably like 90 shopping days till
That's
Christmas. As of,
Joe Mifsud is our guest next week, and he should be another quality guest that we have in here. So, Carol, again, thank you so much.
Well, Danny, Art, thank you so much for having me. I know it was a lot of different kinds of things. To pull it all together, you can go to carollester.com, and I'll be updating that website as soon as we get off the air. That's
All right. Next week, we'll see you back here, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for engineer Art, producer Claire, Carol Lester. I'm Danny Coleman. This was Rock On Radio. Rock on.